Hello students, welcome to my channel Hans Commerce Tutorial for the lectures on commerce, accounts, finance and management. My suggestion to you, before watching the video, please go to the description below my video. You'll find a link there. Take a printout of the problems given in the link and keep it ready before watching the video so that you can be able to understand the problem, the solution and the explanation to get the maximum benefit from the lectures. Thank you. So after completing all the long problems on calculation of coefficient of skewness, now we will start the short answer questions. I have provided the short problems also in the link. Hope you got the short questions. Now we should have the command not only on the long problems but also on the short questions. See the first short problem. If R is equal to 0.9, correlation coefficient is given 0.9 and N is equal to 10, number of pairs 10. Find out the probable error. So probable error is a technique to interpret the value of R. Whether R is significant or insignificant, whether we can rely on the value of R or not. So to give the interpretation on the value of R, we normally apply the test, and that test is called probable error. And probable error of the coefficient of correlation, and determine the limits for R. Limits for R means we have to add up the probable error and subtract the probable error from the R value. So we'll get the upper limit and lower limit. So see, first of all, R value is given 0.6, N is given as 4. It is asking you, is the R value significant? So we have to give the conclusion. After calculating the probable error, we can be able to give the interpretation whether the R is significant or not. So PE, probable error, already in the long problem we have applied the formula 0.6745 into 1 minus R square divided by root N. So 0.6745 into 1 minus R square by root N. This is the formula for probable error. So 0.6745 into 1 minus R square. How much is R given? 0.6. So 0.6 को square करेंगे divide by root N. N is 4. So 0.6745 into 1 minus 0.6 को square करेंगे 0.6 into 0.6 0.36. Root 4 is nothing but 2. So 0.6745 into 1 minus 0.36 is 0.64 divided by 2. Ultimately, probable error we got 0.21584. The value of R can be interpreted by calculating P. A PE probability probable error मालूम करने के बाद interpretation करेंगे. If R is more than 6 times of PE, then the value of R is considered to be significant. This rule you have to remember. If the value of R is more than 6 times of PE, probable error. So we calculate how much is 6 times of PE. 6 times of PE is equal to 6 into 0.21584. So it comes to 1.2954. 6 times of PE is this much. Whereas the value of R is how much? 0.6. The value of R is less. The value of R is less than the 6 times of PE. So we can say the value of R is not significant. The value of R is, so the value of R is not significant. अगर R का value बड़ा रहता 6 times of PE से, तो then we can say the value of R is significant. This is the problem. You can get the limit. This R value. To the R value you add this probable error, you will get upper limit. And subtract this value from this R value, you will get the lower limit. That will give you the limit of R. Next problem. Problem number 2. A student calculates the value of R as plus 0.7 when N is 5 and concludes that R is highly significant. Is he correct? The student has calculated the value of R 0.7 and N is equal to 5. And he is concluding that the value of R is significant. Now we have to prove, we have to find out whether his contention is correct or not. So we calculate ourselves the probable PE, then we determine whether it is significant or not significant. So 0.7 is the R value, N is 5. Is R significant? That's what we are going to find out. PE 0.6745, 1 minus R square by root n. 0.6745 into 1 minus R is 0.7. So 0.7 square is 0.49 and root 5 is 2.2370606. So 0.6745 into 1 minus 0.49 is 0.51 divided by 2.23606. So PE value we got 1.15384. 6 times of P, multiply this P with 6 times, you will get 0.923. 6 times of PE is 0.923, whereas value of R is 0.7. So compare it, the value of R is less than 6 times of PE value. So we can say the value of R is not correct. The student says it is correct, it is significant, but the value of R is not significant according to the test of PE, since the value of R is less than 6 times of P. Next, problem number 3, you see. Third problem. If n is equal to 5, probable error of the coefficient of correlation is 0.0236. Find the coefficient of correlation. In this problem, the PE value is given, n is given, and we have to find out the R. So complete equation जो formula है, PE is equal to 0.6745 into 1 minus R square by N. वो formula में one thing is unknown, that is R value. That's what we have to calculate. Remaining all values are given. Probable error is given, N is given. So N is equal to 5, PE is equal to 0.0236. We have to find out R. The formula PE is equal to 0.6745 into 1 minus R square by N. PE value is given in the problem 0.0236. तो PE की जगह पर लिख देंगे 0.0236 is equal to 0.6745 into 1 minus R square by root 5. Root 5. अब देखिए 0.6745 is on RHS. If we take it to the LHS, it will become division because there is multiplication sign here. There is multiplication sign. So if we take it to the LHS, it will be division. So 0.0236 divided by 0.6745 is equal to 1 minus R square by root 5. Root 5 is 2.23606. Now if you divide 0.0236 divided by 0.6745, you'll get 0.03499 after dividing. Is equal to 1 minus R square by 2.23606. Now cross multiplication. So 1 minus R square is equal to, you multiply both these values, you will get 0.07824. Right? Now take this RHS to LHS and bring this R square to RHS. So minus R square will become plus R square. And this plus will become minus. So 0.92176 is equal to R square. We want R. So put it under root. Putting under root on both sides. ये R square जाके R हो जाएगा, ये under root कर देंगे, तो R is equal to 0.96. So we got the value of correlation. Next, fourth problem. Problem number 4. For two series X and Y, covariance is 25. R is equal to 0.6. Variance of X is 36. Calculate the standard deviation of Y. So here we have to find out the standard deviation of Y. First we write down what is given in the problem. Covariance of X and Y is given 25. The value of R is given 0.6. Correlation coefficient is given 0.6. Is equal to 0.6. Variance of X. You know variance is the standard deviation square. Standard deviation को square करने से variance आता. तो variance of X, that is sigma X square, is 36. But we don't require standard variance. We want standard deviation. So standard deviation is equal to, variance of X is sigma X square is 36. Standard deviation of Y, how much? This we have to calculate. So standard deviation of X is equal to variance under root. So how much variance we got? 36. 36 को root कर दो 6 आएगा. So standard deviation of X is 6. Given in the problem, we have to find out standard deviation of Y. So there is one formula for covariance. R is equal to covariance of X and Y divided by sigma X into sigma Y. एक formula है, long problems also we have applied this formula. तो correlation coefficient का one more formula, covariance of X and Y divided by standard deviation of X into standard deviation of Y. This is the formula for correlation by using covariance. So now correlation, R value is given in the problem 0.6. Covariance is given in the problem 25. Standard deviation of x given in the problem 6 and standard deviation of y not given, we have to find out. Now cross multiply. 0.6 into 6 standard deviation of y is equal to 25 into 1, 25. Cross multiply. So 0.6 into 6, 3.6. So 3.6 sigma y is equal to 25. Sigma y is equal to 25 by 3.6, you get 6.94. So standard deviation you get 6.94. This is the standard deviation of y. Now, fifth problem. See the fifth problem. Correlation coefficient between two variables x and y is 0.8. Two variables, correlation 0.8. Covariance is 20 and variance is 6. The variance of x is 16. Just like the previous problem. Covariance is given 20 and variance of x is 16. Variance का मतलब standard deviation square. हमको square नहीं चाहिए, हमको standard deviation चाहिए. तो standard deviation of x is 16 under root. 16 under root is 4. Find the standard deviation of y series. Exactly similar to the previous problem. R 0.8. Covariance of x and y is 20. Sigma x square, this is the variance, is equal to 16. And standard deviation of y we have to find out. तो sigma x is equal to 16 under root. क्योंकि ये square है, ये variance है, ये 16. हमको variance नहीं चाहिए, standard deviation चाहिए. तो 16 को under root कर दो, you'll get 4. तो sigma x is equal to 4. तो r is equal to covariance divided by covariance x and y divided by sigma x into sigma y. This is the formula for correlation. So r is given in the problem 0.8. Covariance is given in the problem 20. Sigma x is given in the problem 4. Sigma y we have to calculate. Cross multiply. 0.8 into 4 is 3.2. So 0.8 into 4 sigma y is equal to 20. So 0.8 into 4, 3.2 sigma y is equal to 20. Sigma y is equal to 20 by 3.2, 6.25. This is the fifth problem. Now, see the sixth problem. The coefficient of correlation between two variables x and y is 0.48. Covariance 36. The variance of x is 16. Variance of x. So standard deviation of x is 16 under root 4. Find out the standard deviation of y. Exactly similar just now what we have done. R 0.48 दे दिया, covariance 36, sigma x square 16, sigma y how much? Sigma x is equal to 4, covariance. Apply the same procedure, you will get 18.75 is the standard deviation of y. Seventh problem you see. The ranks of the two attributes in a sample are given below. R1 5 4 3 2 1, R2 1 2 3 4 5. Find the rank correlation coefficient. It's a small problem. Ranks are already given. R1 5 4 3 2 1, R2 1 2 3 4 5. Difference ले लेंगे, square कर देंगे, summation d square 40. तो RS is equal to 1 minus 6 summation d square by n cube minus n. तो summation d square 40. 6 into 40 divided by 5 cube minus 5. तो 240 by 120, 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So rank correlation coefficient you get minus 1. That's all. These are the short problems. 7 problems we have completed. Now we'll start problem number 8. In the previous video we have completed up to 7 short problems. 8th short problem you see. If the sum of the squares of rank differences of 9 pairs of values is 80. Sum of squares of differences. So in rank correlation first we calculate D stands for difference. Square of difference is D square. So here it is given sum of the squares of differences. का मतलब summation D square is given. So summation D square is given as 80. And how many pairs of observations we have? 9. So n is equal to 9. Summation D is equal to, summation D square is equal to 80. Find the correlation coefficient. So simply you have to remember the formula. RS is equal to 1 minus 6 summation D square divided by n cube minus n. So 6 into summation d square 80, n cube 9, n is 9, 9 cube minus 9. So 480 divided by 729 minus 9, 720. So ultimately RS is plus 0.333. Ninth problem. Coefficient of correlation between advertisement expenditure and sales of 9 items. So n is equal to 9. was observed as plus 0.69. तो R का वैल्यू आ गया 0.69. Find the probable error of the correlation coefficient. Comment on the significance of R. So it is asking you to calculate PE, probable error. So probable error 0.6745 into 1 minus R square by root n. 1 minus 0.69 square by root 9. Root 9 is 3. 0.69 square. तो 0.69 को स्क्वायर कर देंगे तो 0.4761. तो 0.6745 into 1 minus 0.4761 is 0.5239 divided by 3. So ultimately probable error will get PE will get 0.11779. 6 times of PE, multiply this PE with 6 times, you will get 0.7067. Now compare the R value with 6 times of PE. R value is given in the problem 0.69, whereas 6 times of PE is 0.7067. That means the value of R is less. The value of R is less than the 6 times of P. So the value of R is not at all significant. Next, 10th problem. 10th problem. If covariance between X and Y variable is 10, so covariance is given as 10. And the variances of X and Y are respectively 16 and 9. 16 and 9 are the variances of X and Y. We don't require variance, we want standard deviation. तो वेरियंस को अंडर रूट कर दो, you will get the standard deviation. तो variance of x is 16 and variance of y is 9. तो under root 16 you will get 4, under root 9 you will get 3. So standard deviation of x is 4, standard deviation of y is 3. R how much? It is asking you to find out correlation coefficient. So R is equal to covariance of x and y divided by sigma x into sigma y. Covariance is 10. Sigma x 4 into 3. So 10 divided by 12 is 0.833. That is the correlation coefficient. Now see the 11th problem. In a question given on correlation, the value of R is 0.64. So R value is given as 0.64. And probable error is given 0.130. What is the value of N? Number of pairs of observations we have to find out. PE is given. We apply the formula for PE to find out N. PE is equal to 0.6745 into 1 minus R square by root n. So in place of PE, I am writing 0.13. 0.6745 into 1 minus R square. R is 0.64. 0.64 square. Divided by root n. N we don't know. We have to find out n. So here first of all you take this 0.6745 to LHS. तो यहाँ divide हो जाएगा, या multiply है तो इधर divide हो जाएगा. 0.130 divided by 0.6745 is equal to 1 minus 0.64 को square कर दो, you will get 0.4096 divided by root n. So if you divide this, you will get 0.192735. If you divide this, is equal to 1 minus 0.4096 is 0.5904 divided by root n. अब cross multiply कर लीजिए, root n into 0.192735 is equal to 0.5904. Keep this root n to LHS and bring this 0.192 to the RHS. So it will become division. क्योंकि यहाँ पर multiplication है, इधर division हो जाएगा. तो root n is equal to divide कर दो 3.06327. We need n. तो squaring on both the sides, LHS और RHS को square कर दो. root n को square कर दिया तो root चला जाएगा, n बचेगा. root n को square कर देने से root will go away, n will remain. Here इसको square कर देने से 3.06327 square, you will get 9.38. So n is equal to 9.38 or equivalent to 10, because number of pairs will not be in fraction. So we take it as 10. N is equal to 10. Last 12th problem. Find the value of probable error PE मालूम करना है if correlation coefficient is 0.6 and number of pairs of the variables is 64. N is 64, R is 0.6. PE we have to find. 0.6745 into 1 minus R square by root n. 0.6745 into 1 minus 0.6 square divided by root 64. So 0.6745 into 1 minus 6, 0.6 square is 0.36 divided by 8. Root 64 is 8. So 0.6745 into 1 minus 0.36 is 0.64 divided by 8. You will get 0.05396. So we can take 0.054. We have completed all 12 problems we have done. 24 problems we have done long problems and 12 problems we have done short. After doing so many long and short problems, I think you will get a good command on the topic of correlation coefficient. This is the last and final topic of business statistics 1. We have completed so many videos I have prepared. I have explained you in detail regarding all the topics. Measure of central. First of all, we have done introduction to statistics. How to make the frequency distribution table. How to find out the less than cumulative, more than cumulative, exclusive series, inclusive series, midpoints. All these things we have done in the first chapter, introduction to management, introduction to statistics. Second, diagrammatic and graphic presentation. How to draw histogram, frequency polygon, frequency curve, and rectangular bar diagrams. All these things we have done in second chapter. Then we have done about measures of central tendency. In that we have calculated mean, median, mode, geometric mean, harmonic mean. So many problems we have done. Then measure of dispersion, range, quartile deviation, mean deviation, standard deviation, coefficient of variation. That chapter we have done. Then we have done about skewness. Carl Pearson's coefficient of skewness, Bowley's coefficient of skewness we have done. Last and final topic we have done, correlation analysis. So keep watching the videos. Again and again, if you watch the video, you will get the complete command. Don't think just to simply pass the examination or how to solve the problem. If you watch my video on the theoretical concept, you will get the complete conceptual clarity of the topics of statistics. Then you go for problems. Hope you have enjoyed the subject. If you like the videos, please like it, share it, and subscribe it. We'll meet again for the next subject in the next videos. I'm planning for many more videos on all the subjects of BCom, BBA, MCom, MBA, etc. Keep watching. All the best for your preparations, for your life.